All right, day 2 essentials, guys. We're gonna get right into this one. Pretty important stuff we gotta take care of today. We survived the first night. Now we need to finish that warehouse construction. We gotta get a roof over our heads. We gotta get some beds built so people can sleep indoors and on a bed. That's gonna be our top 2 priorities. We're also gonna start our farm with Arlo. We need to plant our crops for food for ourselves and for our animals. We'll get into some leisure activities today and explain that a little bit, and then also our food production planning if we have time. We'll see how it goes. Arlo, my guy, sleeping in the mushrooms. We're here right where we left off, episode number 2 now. Day 2 in the spring. We're just waiting for our lovely settlers to wake up. Looks like Gwen and Lewis are both awake. Arlo is immediately waking up to go chop down this tree right here. We did a little bit off of the camera, just marked some more resources to harvest, some of these herbs, mushrooms, more trees to chop down, more herbs over there. Because today we got to look into getting our farm growing, and we do have more flax down here. So we could go and look through the whole map and kind of look at what's around and see if we have any more wild crops, but I don't want to go too far out of the way. You can see the barley here is pretty close by. I just don't want to spend the whole day running all over the map. Looks like we got some flax out here. I'll try to wait till that's all ripe at the same time. But there we go. There's a good timing for meal preparation. My dog just sneezed. That was a little loud. I don't know if that picked up on the microphone. Yeah, meal preparation missing. We got to get that going. It's saying we need a campfire. Yes, we're going to build that. But first, let's get this warehouse construction, at least the blueprint, done. I need to focus on how I want to build a bedroom. So I think I'm going to actually come out to here like that. And we're going to have a door right in the middle. And, oh, that's not what I meant to do. We're going to line up the wall. Oh, goodness. Sometimes the camera's a little sketchy and it kind of adjusts on you. We're going to do something like that. We're going to make these pillars here look like that. This one and that one, along with all these on the outside, going to be like that. And then these 6 right here will be like that. Arlo and Lewis are having a good time. Let's put a door out here. I have a plan to do something with this very soon, but this will be our structure for our bedrooms. And what I'm also going to do is come over here and kind of do the same thing. We're going to do this. I'm just going to fill in this floor. I think we can get away with just doing something like this. Yeah, just like that, I think would be fine. What I'm probably going to do is build another staircase up to this 3rd level. Or we may have it going outside and build a staircase kind of around like that on the outside. So we'll figure that out. Like I said, I'm having fun with this. Usually I just end up building square buildings on the ground. I don't really play around a lot with the construction, but you know, it's a let's play. We're doing this together. Maybe not together, but if you guys are, there's a seed you all can pick up. You know, you can type in this seed and you'll get the exact same map as me if you choose the large valley. So, sorry, my nose is itching, my face is itching, allergies are driving me crazy this time. I don't know why. I do know why, but that's a long story. I'm allergic to everything back where I'm originally from. I went home over the holidays. It's still messing with me. So yeah, we got to get this construction built. We got to build our shared bedroom where we can even think about farming and leisure activities and all that fun stuff. We can put a roof up here now, I believe, if we want to. I think I'm just going to do a regular roof. I don't think I'm going to worry about building anything up here yet. We can go back and edit that if we want. But for now, let's just put a little stick roof all the way across. It's going to look absolutely ridiculous in the dirt, but you know what? It'll be fine and it'll get the job done. And all these icons here, we can go through these. You can click this. It's the same thing as if you were to scroll up and down a layer with the mouse wheel. Oh, I feel like I'm about to sneeze in the middle of the recording. I'm trying not to do that, but I want to pause it every 5 seconds. So anyway, we can scroll through these, reset camera view. That's just going to be the default camera view. I mean, you can click on that if you want, or keypad number 5. We can hide the roof elements, which is what we just built. You can press the C key on and off. Usually I like to keep these hidden, but we'll leave it on for right now. We'll leave it hidden. We can tell when those are built. You also got the grids for the rooms. You can see here is just a default stockpile. You can tell that's lit up just like that. Now we can't see through the floor. You press the C key, it's not going to work. We can't see through the floor. And honestly, I meant to build this with wicker floor. I did not mean to build this with wooden floor. So that was my fault. Didn't even realize I was doing that, but whatever. We got enough wood. We'll be fine. We did put the wicker roof up top, so we'll use all of our sticks for that, which is not very sturdy, by the way. If that thing gets hit with a cannonball, it's coming down. It is coming down. All right, so what I want to do is I may end up building a staircase going up this way. So I'm going to put another piece of floor right there. And let's think about how we want to do this. We need a little defense. I'm going to go ahead and put wood there and wood there. Let's put some merlons in here just to make this look a little nicer. I'll explain this maybe in the next episode, but while we're building, let's go ahead and finish this up a little bit. We can drag one from all the way across just like that, and then we can drag all the way to, I think I'm going to cut it off there maybe, because I think I'm going to put a wooden pillar either there, maybe there. We might put it there. I'm not sure yet, so we'll leave that alone. We'll make this a corner piece like that. We'll make that a corner piece like that. So basically what this means is construction failed. I think that was Lewis. This will help us with some defense for our archers, so they can stand up here on this level right here, and they can shoot down and see through the merlons. So when people are trying to bust through this door, they can just fire straight down at them with those bow and arrows. And we're going to put some of our stuff outside here as not necessarily as bait, but just so what happens when attackers arrive, they will go for whatever resources they can. So any production buildings they're going to attack. Anything you build in here, they're going to attack anything like, well, they will attack pyres as well. So there's stuff you can do to kind of use as bait or decoy. And then you can build like a nice little tower or something like this to shoot them with bows. You also don't want to leave too many doors exposed because you kind of want them going into one area, which is why in the future, we're going to come over here and this is going to be our like entryway along these two grid lines right here. So we'll figure that out. Let's mark that up to harvest over here. We're going to get into food preparation in this episode today as well. I'm just checking to see. I think we had more mushrooms. Maybe I got them all. Yeah, they're down here. I don't think we can get to those now, can we? We may have screwed ourselves out of those mushrooms, but that's fine. There should be plenty laying around. Yeah, there's plenty still to harvest. And right now, Arlo, what is Arlo doing? What are you hauling, my guy? You're hauling milk. Okay, that's fine. He's getting milk from the goats, which is great. Okay, so we're just waiting on this to build. We got a... Waiting on the roof, what we can do, and what would be ideal, is to go ahead and build some sleeping spots. We have two options. We have hay or we have wicker. Wicker is a 3x1 bed, and hay is 2x1. So we're going to cheap out and just use the 2x1. And this is not going to be... Oh, no, that's the wicker. Not enough beds. I'm one step ahead of you. Game. I'm really doing that right now. We don't have any beds. Not just enough, we don't have any. And we also don't have enough hay. So we need to come here and harvest some. This is tall grass that gives us about 30 hay, depending on what difficulty you're on. I think that does matter. We'll get all that right there. Barley will also give us hay as well. So once we get this... Looks like Arlo is doing some harvesting right now, which is perfect. One thing we haven't talked about yet, and I just now found it, is some red currant. So this we can use this for food, or we can use this for fermenting fruit juice and turning fruit juice into rough wine. That is critical. We're going to go ahead and mark that one. It is maxed out right now. It's ripe. We get 12 red currant. This one is ripening in a little over, well, almost 2 days. Let's mark these herbs here. We'll take those for sure. Here's a bunch right here. I'm not going to worry about getting too many of these now because I don't really have anywhere to keep them and we don't have anything to do with them now other than use them as food. So what we might do while we're waiting on this to build, we could talk about some research a little bit now that we have this workbench going. And you notice I'm not worried about the jobs, man. We set up the jobs. These guys are doing their own thing. They are doing their own work. We don't have to micromanage everything. Although, look, he's down here. Let's mark this one as well. I think he can go through and get all these, I believe. So yeah, they're doing their own thing. Gwen and Lewis are both constructing. Arlo is harvesting. Now, here's the situation. Before we talk about research, we do have this default stockpile right here. We only have milk in there right now. That's the only thing we have, and some armor from Gamazon. We probably need to haul some of this stuff in here because the Chronicles, we don't want to leave this stuff outside, especially the food, because people can come, or not people, but animals can come just grab that cabbage. We're going to mark that urgent haul. We're going to mark the healing kits urgent haul. We're going to mark the packaged meals urgent haul. We're going to mark those urgent haul. What we're going to do here is we're going to give Gwen a break. I would prefer Lewis to do this because Gwen prefers the construction, but he's also unwilling to do the hauling, which is stupid on him. So we're going to pump this up to number 1 for Gwen. So what that means is she's in the middle of a task right now, but as soon as she is done with this task, she's going to go do that urgent haul task because we pumped it up to number 1. So, good example here, we're not really doing too much with the jobs, but we're just changing one thing, and it's going to help us get all this stuff inside, and everybody else can continue, I don't stutter, to do the rest of their work. So, she's going to go in here, and I think she's building the roof right now. I'm not really sure where she's going. And then eventually she'll get all that stuff. And while we're thinking about it, I didn't know this would pause the game. I forget. I kind of want to bring these deer in as well. The deer are just sitting out here, and they're gonna rot in 3 days, 3.5 days. We need to bring these inside badly. And I don't even know where this one is. This one's pretty decently far away, probably. So it's next to some nice minerals. We got some silver and iron, limestone down here. We got some gold. It's a great little mine site, but I want to mark that deer urgent haul as well because we are going to need food. We have some mushrooms, we have some cabbage that we can cook up, but we need to get that deer. We need to get him into our stockpile so we don't have to let him sit out here and rot away. So we're going to mark all those for urgent haul as well. This is going to take a little while because they're so far out. And you can see Gwen's doing it right now. She's getting all this stuff indoors. And there's Arlo harvesting the herbs. So, day 3 is upon us. We're almost into the night of day 2. I think we're going to go through maybe get 2 days in this episode. Lewis is creating all kinds of chaos up here, dude. What are you doing? Interesting effect on the roof being built. But there is the roof. It's coming in. It's looking pretty awful. Honestly, this looks really interesting with the dirt up here. I'm gonna change that. And honestly, we could do something like this. We could do something cool like that, and then like that. Yeah, I actually like that. I like that a lot. That looks a little more natural, except for that one piece clipped right there. And then we can change this maybe, and just do like that. Oh, that looks beautiful. Doesn't that look so much better, except for the open gaps? We gotta go finish those. But yeah, Gwen's doing the hauling right now, so there's not much left to construct. I don't think we got the beds built yet. No, we still need to get the hay. So Arlo's he's gotta finish all these tasks, but we do have hay laying around, so that'll be fine. It just doesn't recognize that we have, or we actually may not have enough. Let's see if it recognizes. Oops. I want to see if it recognizes that we have enough now. No, it still doesn't because it's not on a stockpile or anything. I'm not really sure. How much hay do we need for that? Oh, there it goes. Yep, it just turned blue. So it's in blueprint phase now, which means we have enough. So perfect. I was going to talk about the research tab. I got a little distracted. We're going to wait on this for a second, but because we still got a bunch of stuff to do. Research, in my personal opinion, I think Furniture is a great one to start with because you can make your research go faster with the furniture. Unlocking furniture, and it only requires 15 books. We will get wall bookshelves or regular bookshelves, and we can put them in a room, which we have, and we can turn this into a library. And that'll make research go by a lot faster. Right now it's 100%. We can make it'll be a little faster once we get the roof on there. I think it goes up to like 110. And then we can make this go to like above 130 once we unlock the furniture. From there, it's kind of up to you. It's kind of up to whatever you want to do. It depends on your settlement. If you want to go straight into tailoring, go straight into tailoring. If you want to go straight into stone block cutting, mine some limestone, do that. I usually start with furniture, and then I'm going to go preserving food because we do need to get food underground, and it's going to take a minute because there's so many other tasks to do. Preserving food may be number 2. Fermenting is a good one to go or with number 3, or right out of the bag because it only requires 15 books. But we'll get into that more in the next episode. Settlers are exhausted. Looks like we finally have one bed for Arlo, but everybody else is going to be sleeping on the ground. So we'll be right back. All right, well, we got our first bed built. Arlo's taking it. That's fine. We got the others sleeping on the ground, not in a bedroom, but that's okay. They're about to wake up here. What we want to do, let's get into our farming. We need some cabbage. I think we have, if we can find it, we do have cabbage seed. We've got 35 cabbage seed. We're going to start with maybe 20 or so. I think that'll be kind of a good amount. We'll put it maybe here. Just a little 10 by 2 field right there. We could expand it a little bit if we want to. We do have barley available. We're going to put that in here. We'll go like, I mean, we could do another 10 by 2 there. That should be fine. We don't have any settler with that skill yet. That would be Arlo, and his skill is 9, so he's got to get up a little higher. But we can go ahead and do a flax field here as well. And we don't have enough seeds for that, but eventually we'll get there. I'm not too concerned about the farm right now because this is all going to be temporary, where it's going to be moved once we complete the first kind of big builds that we have. This is all just temporary. Excuse me, temporary over here, so I'm not too worried about it. But Arlo is now gardening. That is a priority for him. It's level 3 on his job. Also harvest, so we'll kind of do those simultaneously. If you leave those the same, typically in a cabbage field like this, he will immediately grow. He'll harvest something and then immediately grow something back. So we don't have anything to harvest right here, so he's just picked up all these cabbage seeds and he's going to do that. But if he had something to harvest, he would harvest one thing and then he would pick up a seed and grow it. Then he'll harvest something else, then he'll pick up seed and grow it. So it's pretty cool how you can do that. Once you get more settlers, you can have one person prioritize harvesting, one person prioritize growing. That's when you get 10 or more settlers. Otherwise, it's easier just to have one person do the whole thing themselves. So we got a lot of stuff up here that that we got to figure out. Leisure activities. We are almost done with this building here. We just got 2 things left. And there's level 10, so we just upgraded to level 10 right there. He can now plant this barley once we get enough of it. So let's quickly build leisure activities. There's not too much to talk about here. We do have there is. We haven't even gotten into that yet. Let's first start with a backgammon table. 2 settlers can enjoy a game of backgammon, and we'll put that up here outside over the roof. Should be fine right there, so they'll enjoy that. One thing we need is to check on the religion of our settlers. There is a religious alignment. Arlo is devout oak brethren. There's also restitutionist. So we got restitutionist and oak brethren. Gwyn is even more devout oak brethren, and Lewis is also, he's practicing. So there's practicing, devout, or a zealot. We don't have any of those yet, but that's actually good. They're all the same, so we don't even have to build the restitutionist shrine. Now, chances are we'll get a new settler and he'll be restitutionist, so we'll have to build that later. But you can look here on their mood and you see deprived of religious activities. That's not great. Also slept on the ground. Very uncomfortable. I don't really know what to tell you there. You got some good winter clothing on. I don't really know why you're uncomfortable, Gwen. I'm not really sure about that one. Now, this is going to look absolutely just utterly stupid, but we're going to build the tiniest little cave in here. I'm probably going to mine out some of this. But, you know, for right now, it gets the job done. And we're going to put this thing right here. It's not ideal. I don't recommend doing this. You could build a whole other structure for it. But just for sake of time, it'll work. It'll get the job done. It'll work. There we go. We have a shared chamber now. Beautiful. We've got 3 hay beds. I went ahead and put a 4th one in just because eventually we'll have a 4th settler, and that way you don't have to worry about it. They're all shared anyway. I don't really care who gets what bed. It looks like Arlo already claimed that one. Nobody's claimed these yet. They will claim them, you know, once they sleep in them for a night. So we'll figure that out. Looks like Arlo's in the middle of his gardening, so we've got all that done. We began the farming. We do need to begin the food production planning. Lewis, where are you? You're way over here, dude. Where are you going? Lewis. Oh, he's going for that. Oh, he's over here. Never mind. I didn't know where he was. So he's going for that wood that's way over there. Let's get a few more trees. I think we might need a little more. Although I would prefer... Looking at these dead trees here, like I said, I just prefer cutting down the dead trees. I think they look kind of ugly. I mean, they're dead, obviously, and we have a million of them that are nearby. We'll probably cut down some of these as well, because these are kind of in the way of my viewing. There's plenty of trees, man. I'm not cutting down the whole forest. Let's see here. Let's look at our meal preparation. We do need to get that built. We do that in production here. So we've got the deer carcass in here, right? Gwen, did you haul those deer in here? Yes, you did. She's got all 5 of them in here. 5 deer carcasses in here. And now they don't decay or rot because of the ground type. It's just the temperature, which is getting warm. So they will rot in 2 days. We need to do something about that, especially the cabbage. Let's go ahead and build, not a research table, butchering table. I'm going to put this right here. There's a reason for that. We don't have enough wood to build that, so Arlo definitely needs to chop down some more trees. There's a reason why I'm putting this outside. We're not going to get raided this early in the game, but eventually we will experience a raid, and enemy attackers are going to go for buildings like this that are outside first if they can find them. And then they're going to go try to break into your doors because we get research in here, and we'll have all of our settlers inside. Waiting on a fight. We'll have to close this off right here, or else they can just walk right up here and go in this way. I like having, you know, the less amount of access they can get inside to harm our settlers, the better. And looks like Lewis is already playing a game of backgammon. He just built it. Now he's testing it out real quick. Looks like Arlo may come join him. So we're going to have our first little game of backgammon between Lewis and Arlo. Who you guys got? Who do you think's gonna win this game? Oh my god, the camera. My money is... I think my money's on Lewis. You can hear the sound. It's probably very hard to hear, but there's a sound effect for, like, rolling dice. So cool, man. I love the little detail in this game. Lewis doesn't look... I don't know, man. He's not too sure. He's head scratching a little bit. He just got up. Yeah, I think Arlo may have won. I think Arlo won, and I think Gwen's about to come challenge him. So it looks like Arlo's 1-0. Gwen's gonna come challenge him, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I like Gwen. Oh, he doesn't even want to play Gwen. So there you go. I love the little detail in the game. It's very fun. We're working on this butchering table here. We also need a campfire. Now, you could build a campfire inside, but realistically, to me, that just doesn't make sense. We could build it up here, but again, that just doesn't make any sense. I don't like the fact that they added fire in this game, and I think campfires are just like a natural source of fire starters. So we're gonna build that just kind of out here, a little in the open, but again, it'll be another thing that people will come attack, and then we can stand up here with our archers and just shoot right at them. And we need to get this built anyway because we got to get our food production going. So I'm going to wait just a second, see how I'm on time. We'll come back and wrap this up. I think we seem to be pretty good on time. We're going to go maybe 5 more minutes here. Gwen's going to build this campfire for us. And when that's done, that means there will be no more construction going on. So I think we may be able to start hauling a little bit. We may be able to mark some stuff for mining. So actually, what is Lewis going to do? We should probably, let's mark a little thing for mining. I'm going to just go over here and we're going to look at this limestone. So we haven't even looked at this yet. There are some minerals here. I'll talk about mining in the next episode. We got silver, we got iron, we got limestone, we got gold. There's a lot over here. And I noticed there was a massive mine way down here, but this is a little far away. There's coal here, there's everything here. This is a little far away. I'm not going to make them run all the way down there and then run all the way back up. So we'll start over here for now, and we'll just mark a couple of these spots of limestone that is just easy access. We'll get these right here. That'll just give them something to do once they're done with building. So they should do that because I don't think there's any other jobs going on. But we do need to make sure we'll get this cooking going. So I guess Gwen's going to go do that. I guess we have... What do we have else to build? We have something left to build. I don't know what. Where are you? Oh, did we not build the... No, we built the... No, we haven't built the shrine yet. Okay. The shrine will be coming up soon. So let's look at our food production. That's why we're here. We got all that deer just sitting there. We need 1 carcass. It'll produce 1 meat, so we could bump this up to 5 because we know we have 5 carcasses. Or sometimes I just like doing this forever because I don't want to just store deer in here. It's going to rot in a few days anyways. So we're just going to do forever. We're just going to leave all this checked. We're not going to cook up any enemy or no settler corpses. We don't have any cannibals. But every carcass that's available, yeah, we'll cook up. Production speed's 80% outside, but it's not going to take that long for this. But it is essential. We got to get our settlers fed with food. Now, that is a cooking job, which means as soon as Lewis is done constructing, he will begin cooking there he goes, preparing food. Perfect. We don't even have to adjust anything because we set those jobs up early on in the first episode, or episode 0, I guess. Let's look at our campfire. Now, we have animal feed, which I do like to produce some animal feed. We will wait on that in just a second. I'd rather go ahead and get some meals going. So kind of the same situation here. We have amounts, we have forever or until you have a certain amount. For food, I kind of like just doing until we have about, I usually try to keep about 10 meals for each settler. So we'll do something like that. 10 meals for each settler. We're going to uncheck everything real quick so we don't get cooking stuff I don't want. And this is cooking material. We don't want red currant. We don't want barley. That's going to be used for fermenting drinks. We'll do cabbage. We don't have any beet or carrot. We have to trade for those. We would have to buy or trade for some apple saplings. We don't have any apples. Probably use that for drinks too. We're going to have a lot of raw meat that Lewis is just standing here. I'm not sure why that animation isn't doing anything, but in just a second, we will have all kinds of raw meat and all kinds of leather. And what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to micromanage and urgently haul the meat so that way some stranger animals don't grab it. Gwen should come do that once she's done mining. Anyway, let's go back to this. We can use milk. We do have milk from our sheep. I mean, not our sheep, our goats. Don't have any egg, don't have any cheese. We don't have any raw human meat. We can fish for some trout or pike or eel, I suppose. We'll leave eel unchecked. I'm not going to do mushroom. We do have mushroom. And then for fuel, I don't want to use wood because wood is a little more valuable for building. We don't really have any coal right now, but I'll leave that alone. We'll come back and put some coal in here once we need it. Dung brick we'll craft from our precious goats. We can use this. We can use this to craft fuel, believe it or not. So we'll get into that. We can do a little helpful trick here at the end, but I think we're going to wrap this up because that pretty much gets us going with the food production. You see Gwen hauled the raw meat, and we can micromanage this and make her haul it every time just so it's not sitting out here in the open. Wild animals can't get in our doors, but they will run up right here and eat this meat. So I'm going to move it inside for her. But I think that's going to be the end of this episode. We'll probably pick up the next one after our settlers wake up on day 4. And we got a lot to do. We got a lot to do. We're going to finally talk about our research again. Looks like we are finally able to pray in the really sketchy shrine with no personal space. But you know what? It is going to get the job done. There you go. Lacking religious activities has been taken off for Lewis. And we should see religious needs fulfilled here once they're done with that. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.